New Jersey chime time is 7:10. Good morning. I am Bill Spadea with you till 10 o'clock this morning. Talking Jersey, taking your calls, 1-800-283-101.5. As I was talking about earlier, the race for the United States Senate in New Jersey has tightened to the point where it is now a very realistic possibility that New Jersey could elect for the first time in more than 40 years a Republican to the U.S. Senate and send him to Washington. The race has gotten very nasty over allegations, and I pointed out, I was talking about this before, that you've got Senator Bob Menendez with a cloud of corruption allegations, bribery allegations, underage sex allegations. I mean, this is ugly stuff, and there's a bit of hypocrisy at play, as it was Bob Menendez and his buddy Cory Booker and Phil Murphy standing up and pointing the finger at now Justice Kavanaugh, saying you got to believe all accusations until those accusations are at Bob Menendez. And then the accusers are all liars. Joining me now, Bob Hugan, the Republican candidate for the U.S. Senate. Morning, Bob. How are you?
Hey, Bill. Great to be with you.
So a little bit of hypocrisy on the part of your opponent, I would say.
Oh my God! You're so spot on, Bill. Here's a guy pontificating, standing up in the Senate, saying, "When is America going to listen and believe women?" And it's like, we're making sure that the people of New Jersey know the facts, so when they make a decision on November the 6th, it's with all the information, and the people of New Jersey deserve that.
So what was behind these ads? Your latest ads, these are really vicious attacks, as many people would characterize them, but you're talking about FBI affidavits. So it's not like you're pulling out just an accuser out of the woodwork. You've got FBI affidavits. How important do you think that is? And are you surprised that it has taken hold like this? Eric Scott and I were talking about how we were a little surprised that the corruption issue became so front and center and so huge in this race.
Yeah. Bill, I don't think they're vicious. I don't think they're outrageous at all. They are just facts, and that's what we need to get out there so the people of New Jersey understand what the reality of what this man has done and what he's failed to do. Let's remember, it wasn't that long ago when I started this campaign. I think it was less than a third of New Jerseyans even knew this guy had been indicted by the Obama Justice Department. And today, before we actually expose this information from this sworn FBI affidavits, I think it was something like 10 or 15% even knew these allegations.
Yeah.
And these FBI allegations are very specific. They had very specific allegations, and they had corroborating evidence. And, you talk about hypocrisy. It's not just hypocrisy. In 2015, when Menendez pushed back on these allegations to the Obama Justice Department, they stood firm. They just said, no way, buddy. The Obama Justice Department called the statements that Bob Menendez made, quote, demonstrably false. That's legalese, in my language, for lying. What kind of man, when faced with these allegations, lies about them? Yeah. This is disgraceful.
So, Bob, let me ask you, as the campaign heats up, we're now 20 days out, you really have effectively panicked the national Democrats, where you've got millions of dollars now pouring into New Jersey, and that's money that they are not spending in Missouri, in Indiana, in North Dakota, Florida, West Virginia, all races that could turn red with this next Senate class. That being said, what are you expecting? How are you expecting them to come after you? Because they're pulling in millions and millions of dollars.
But we're talking about hypocrisy. There's also incredible irony here. This PAC that Senator Schumer just announced another $3 million on top of what he's done already. I think total outside money is in $7.5, $8 million against me from the Washington power makers. That's the same super PAC that Bob Menendez's best friend, self-proclaimed best friend, convicted of 67 felony convictions for Medicare fraud. He was giving hundreds of thousands of dollars to that same PAC. Why don't they give that money back to the taxpayer instead of putting this PAC and bringing it back into New Jersey? So what they're going to go after me for, they're going to say is, this guy is not independent. Maybe he was first in his family, and maybe he was the only guy in his college class, only person in his college class that went in the Marine Corps. Maybe he went to a company with 6 weeks of cash left, even though everybody told him not to go there. We don't believe this guy's independent. And that's the message that we've got to get across in these last 19, 20 days. that I'm for New Jersey. It's been too long New Jersey's gotten the short end of the stick. My only constituency is going to be the people of New Jersey. I don't fill out any special interest questionnaires. My wife and I are funding the vast majority of this campaign. So when we go to Washington in January, there's only one constituency that matters, the people of New Jersey who have been so underserved. We've been so screwed by Washington. It's time New Jersey gets prioritized again.
How is the response that you're getting among Democrats? Most of my listeners are Democrats. It's a 2-to-1 registration advantage that Democrats have over Republicans. What is one thing you'd want the Democrats to know? Because I think a lot of Democrats say, I've never pulled that lever for a Republican. I've never done it. And now this is the chance they're starting to think about it. What would you tell them?
I think, we all want 100% of the way, but our country has become too partisan. And what I tell the Democrats is that, listen, my agenda is a New Jersey agenda, and it's okay to vote for me. I'm not going to be some guy that's not going to just abandon my principles. I've lived my life, born and raised in New Jersey. I'm proud of living in New Jersey. I'm a Jersey guy. I raised my 3 kids here. My daughter, she works in New York, Spadea yoga. Both my sons are in the Marine Corps. We've lived our life with integrity and honor. I'm not going to abandon the people of New Jersey and take on some other cause, run for some other office. It's about time we all can rally around a guy who's going to put New Jersey first. It doesn't matter, Democrat, Republican, Independent. We got to do that now. It's time. New Jersey deserves better, and we can give them better.
Bob, always good to talk to you. Good luck, and I'll tell you, we're watching this every day. It's like it turns every single day, but right now this is within only a few points.
The momentum is great, and we're going to kick his butt. We get the vote out. That's all we've got to do. Get the vote out. We're going to win this stuff.
Yeah. Bob, thank you for coming on. We'll certainly check in before Election Day. Keep fighting.
Bill.
Semper Fi.
We will.
All right, you take care. This is Bob Hugin, the Republican candidate for U.S. Senate. Just so everyone knows, we have been inviting Senator Bob Menendez since before the primary. He has not only refused to come on, but they don't even respond to our notes. So just so you know, and I'm going to have Bob Hugin back on in another week, and we're just going to keep talking about this. But that invitation is open, Senator Menendez. We'd love to have you come on and explain all of the things that you've been accused of and why you think you deserve to go back to Washington. 717 on New Jersey 101.5. Traffic and weather next.